So we don't need this test anymore, and I'm just going to change it to a new one, a product. A product can be created, and then we'll remove this and we'll just add our three stages. Okay, setup, do something, make assertions. What's going to be our setup?
Choose high definition for the best viewing experience, and if you'd like to join a growing group of software developers and take your skills to a new level, all you need to do is subscribe, click the little notification icon, and welcome.
Let's go back and have a look at this record here. And so we're going to need a name and a description. So I'm going to put these in variables because it might be something that I'll need to make assertions against. So I'm just going to copy this, go back and just say name equals. Okay, so we have a name for our product, and then go down to the description, and we don't need to copy the whole description, but we'll just take enough to test against. We'll do something that'll do us, and then we'll go and have a description variable. Okay, good. Happy with that. And then what we want to do is actually create a new product object. So product equals new product, and then product, we shall set name to name, set a description to description, and we'll set a price, and we'll just go with how much do these things cost? I'll not tell the wife. 944. Okay, and so we need to include the pence after it, or the cents, so this will be 94400. 94400, and then in the do something, this is where we're going to do our persist and our flush. So if you recalled, I think it was in our user script, let's see if we have our create user. What we did was we call entity manager persist. This brings the entity which you've just created, or the object which you've just created, under the entity manager's control. Nothing gets saved to the database. The database doesn't get altered at this time. It just gets added to what is in memory for the entity manager, so it knows what it has, what it's going to need to do, and then when you call flush, that's when it actually creates all the actions. So it could be doing multiple things. You could have multiple entities which you've passed to the entity manager, and it could be updating some, deleting others, creating others, and it all happens in one go when you call flush. And Doctrine will figure out the most optimized way to handle all of that SQL. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here, and we need our entity manager. So this entity manager persist, and we're going to persist the product, and then we need to say this entity manager flush. Okay, we don't need to pass it anything there. And then we're going to make assertions. So what would be a good thing to assert? Eventually what I'd like to have is a custom test assertion which asserts that I can check in the database for a product or any kind of entity really with the properties or the values for the properties I provided. So for example, I want to test that I can find that there is a product in the database with this name and with this description. And so I'll probably create, or I will create, a custom assertion to do that. But initially, we don't have the luxury of being able to do that. So we just want to quickly test something which will give us a good feeling that it is working. So what I'm going to do is test that the product has been given an ID, because at the moment it won't actually have an ID until it has been written to the database. So I can say this assert same, and we're looking at the value 1 because we're creating a new database each time. Then we know that the first record that gets inserted in there will have an ID of 1, and then we're going to use a product get ID. So I'm asserting that our product has an ID of 1. Let's actually go and run this. Okay, one test, one assertion. This is good. What we also need to check is that the schema is being created, is being torn down between each test. And so a good way to do that is to actually take this test here, just copy it, paste it with a new name, and we'll just call this duplicate. Make sure that it is a test. Okay, so let's just be clear on what I'm doing here. We're going to run both the tests because, as you can see, I was running all of the tests in products tests, so both these tests should run. And to make sure that we are actually tearing down and starting with a fresh database in between each test, then what that means is the ID for our product will be 1 here, but also we're starting with a fresh database in our second test, and it means that the product will have an ID of 1 here. If we weren't starting with a fresh database, it would auto increment, and it means that then we'd have a incremented value here, so we'd end up with 2. Okay, so let's go and run this, hope for the best. 2 tests, 2 assertions. I'm happy with that. Let's now actually go over to our physical database using Table Plus. Have a look at that. Make sure no products table has been created and no products records have been created in that. So here's my BTB project. I've only got 1 table, which is the users table, and so I'm pretty confident now that what we've created here is actually creating our schema in memory before it runs each test, and it is actually persisting records to that database, so we have a nice little test set up here. And in the next one, what we'll do is we'll create custom assertions where we can actually look in the database after we've run all these steps, after we've persisted, look in the database and see, do we have a product in the database with this description and with this name, and then we'll know that we definitely have what we hope we have.
If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like YouTube to show you more of my content, all you need to do is subscribe and click the little notification icon. I release new recordings every few days. Details of my schedule can be found on the community tab of my YouTube channel homepage.